Christy Dames from Tech Talk Studio, and welcome to today's speaker podcast. Today we're going to talk about being the best moderator at South by Southwest. Some really important points, moderators, that you want to keep in mind. One is the introductions that you have for each of your panelists, because what you're going to be doing is setting the stage. You are going to give opening remarks. You're going to set the stage for the whole conversation. You're going to open up the panelists for everybody, and you're also going to bring the audience into conversation as well. So your job is a really super important job, and the tone that you set will be how the entire panel will begin and how excited everybody gets right up front. One important piece, bios. Ask for your bios from your speakers up front, and ask them if they would just send you 70 words max. This way you get short, sweet bios to introduce each person on the panel. They're punchy, they're fun, they're complete, but you don't waste a lot of time speaking about who everybody is and what they've done. You really want to get to the point that you're here to do. So get those short 70 words up front, and then one of the things we found really helpful when introducing panels that has worked brilliantly for us is that you introduce each speaker, give that bio, and then let the speaker give their opening remarks. Opening remarks can be a minute or two. You call the shot on how you want that to be, but essentially that way you get a direct intro with the panelist, and they can set their own stage. And you do that for each speaker you have on your panel. The other thing that does is it really tunes up your audience so they know each speaker and exactly where they're going to be coming from within this session. Keeping control of the room. Moderator, it's going to be your job, especially when you open it up for Q&A. Something else that's really key to do is alert your audience that Q&A is going to begin in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however you want to queue them up. That way they can start thinking about their questions. If there's microphones and they need to queue up for that, they can start to prepare for that as well. But that way you keep things rolling. When you do get someone in your audience that has a question and a short and snappy one, it's great. Sometimes we get audience members who really want to be another speaker and want to give a whole monologue. Make sure you say, please, when you step up, folks, have your questions together in order so that we can get to every question in the room. It's really important. And if somebody starts to take over a room, you have to cut them off and say, could you frame that in a question for us, please, so we can get to the point. So that's going to be your job, moderator. You're now going to be connecting the panelist with the audience to you and back and forth. Another important thing, encourage your panelists to speak amongst themselves. If they have questions for each other, to ask those questions, to be able to speak with the audience in that same way, and to speak with you. That this is an open conversation, so you want to encourage everyone to have communication and not hold back their points. Sometimes you'll have a panelist who also needs to or wants to respond to a question that's been given to somebody else on the panel. And so what's key is that everybody knows that they can chime in with the important points that they want to make. So it's up to you to keep that ball rolling. So moderators, have a great time, get the info up front, keep it tight, keep it snappy, keep it under control, but keep it fun and exploratory as best you can. The greatest thing that you can help deliver here is as much information and points and passion to the topic at hand, and that's going to be your job.